What is the golden rule of money? Well, most people never learn it in their lifetime because they're focused on working. So first I want to define what is the golden rule of money and why millionaires live through it. We're going to give some examples of what are the decisions that are made to stay living in the golden rule of money. And then the last thing we want to talk about is what are the 3 money habits that actually flow from the golden rule of money. So first, let's do the definition. And it's a fairly simple definition. Some people call this something different. Sometimes it's like, what's your definition of your wealth or wealth philosophy? The golden rule of money is simple. It's make your money work harder than you do. So whether that means you're putting every dollar towards something inside your business, you're putting every dollar inside of a company to activate the greatest deductions. If you are also using it to buy assets like a business or real estate, gas and oil, whatever you're using it for. But how does your money work harder for you and accumulate more than the cost of inflation? So the golden rule of money, again, is how do you have your money work for you versus you work for it? And the 2 greatest assets that have ever been done in the world is owning your own company and investing in real estate. And almost every millionaire that I know has done both of them. Most people are consumed with lifestyle spending. I have said since I wrote my original first book, The Millionaire Maker, that you have to build your assets, then you build your lifestyle. See, the pattern of money is how you make your money and how you invest your money, and then keep your taxes as low as possible. Most people spend their entire, early years just getting a job and then getting 3 more letters behind their name so they get a bigger job and a bigger job. And then that just causes them to get more and more taxes. And because they don't have any time, they put all their money in the stock market. They do what I call park and pray. They park their money with somebody, pray to God that something's going to happen. Their 401k is going to happen. And 40 years later, they turn around and nothing happened. Now, that actually has been disrupted by many economic events, but there's still a pattern of you're still working too much for your money. And then in that time, you're not doing things that are actually valued. And with AI, the way that it is right now, there is no reason, even with the full-time job, that you cannot have a cash machine, an operating company to generate additional money for you and your family. And with that money, let me talk about how wealthy people invest for the golden rule. Number 1, before we do any purchase, we really evaluate, is that a purchase that's going to actually affect and increase our wealth and increase our opportunities? Or is this a purchase that's just more of a lifestyle, fun, habitual thing that you're used to doing? Number 2, do you pay yourself first? Now that gets really interesting because when you pay yourself first, most of you think of, oh, I'm going to pay myself. So no, I'm going to pay your company. So I have companies that make money. I have a little paycheck. So when I pay myself first, I'm usually taking money from the company, either loaning it to another company to buy another asset. I'm taking that money and reinvesting it back in my business, but I'm using the money to create opportunities for more money, more multiple streams of income. When you think about your asset side of the house, how many of you are really evaluating what you're investing in? Again, if you're only putting money in the stock market, you're going to have a capital gains problem. If you put your money into assets like real estate, gas and oil, aviation, water rights, mineral rights, which the real estate includes RV parks or storage units, now you have big depreciation schedules. You could activate the big beautiful bill, which gives cost segregation. It could potentially, depending on what you're doing, give research and development credits. And most importantly, you get bonus depreciation that has never happened before 2025 in July. The other thing for those of you that aren't making a lot of money, but you do know how to find a deal or put a deal together, is you could use other people's money and other people's credit as leverage to actually create the golden rule. So your money's working harder through a bigger project, through what's called the blended return of more opportunities. So if you want to know how any of this works, please subscribe to this channel, click that notification button. I need you here 5 days a week learning about money. The commitment to your financial literacy is vital. So many people want just the result of what I talk about. You actually have to increase your capacity of life to say, I'm going to learn all of this, and then I'm going to start behaving differently inside of it. It's not just about, I'm going to set up a company and do some deductions. It's truly about living the corporate life. So to that point, I want to give you 2 tickets to my Millionaire Intensive. It's an event we do the first Thursday of every month, and it goes from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock Pacific. The first 2 hours is how to live corporate life, how you actually make money inside the companies versus you personally get paid. It's the Rockefeller principle, right? You own nothing, control it all. So if you have any questions about how to do this, I want you to go to askloral.com, ASKLORAL, ask questions and make requests. Now, the last three things I want to talk about are the new habits and patterns of money once you understand the golden rule. So number one, you want to invest before you spend. Again, assets before lifestyle. So put a certain amount of money towards new investments and have that be a goal. So many people just have a revenue goal. What's my company going to make? You also want to have an asset goal. Of the money you make, how much are you going to put to work on new assets? The second thing is you are tracking the performance of your money at all times. You're actually managing your cash flow throughout the month and throughout the weeks. The last thing is you're consistently on the hunt. You're looking for places to put your new money. You're looking for new opportunities. You're looking for new diversified investment opportunities, whether that's storage. Maybe you're already in storage. Maybe you want a mobile home park. So we're always on the hunt looking for consistent new places to put money, whether that's a new business opportunity, a new real estate opportunity, new gas and oil opportunity, land opportunity. It's up to you. What are your money rules? In the Millionaire Maker, which if you want, you can download the book. It's in the show notes below. Download the whole Millionaire Maker and read up to chapter 3. Do a gap analysis, which is where you are and what you want. Call our office and get on our calendar. Let's have a one-on-one conversation about how we're going to change your life with money and change the pattern of money so you consistently live by the golden rule. Again, any questions at any time, go to Ask Loral, ASKLORAL. Ask a question, make a request. We'll be back tomorrow.